Hello, I'm Sunday school teacher Nancy. The Bible tells us that in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. This globe is a map of the world. Right here in northwestern Washington is where I live. You could find where you live on a globe too. God did a spectacular job of creating the world. I am happy to be here and tell you about how it all really happened. Let's take a look at this. It isn't exciting at all. This is how it was before God started to create the world. When God said, "Let there be light," there was light. There is power when God speaks. That reminds me of the time when Jesus was in a ship with his disciples. A terrible storm came up. The disciples thought that the ship was going to sink. When Jesus said, "Peace, be still," the storm stopped. The disciples got to see what the power of God could do just by speaking. We also know that it is true. When God spoke, creation happened. On the second day when God spoke, the sky was made. That is power. On the third day, when God spoke, the oceans were made and the dry land appeared. Do you like to paint pictures? Here I have some art supplies. Artists can make beautiful pictures. An artist can paint a picture of the ocean, but an artist can't make an ocean. It takes God to make an ocean. Think about how much power there is to make an ocean. God spoke again on the third day, and grass and plants and trees appeared. There were fruit trees too. What amazing power God has when He speaks. Here is a sunflower blossom. It grew on a live plant. It is perfect because God made it. Here is an artificial man-made sunflower blossom. When we look at it with a magnifying glass, we see flaws and imperfections. Only God has the power to create a live plant, and this was never a live plant. This is a butterfly bush. Beautiful, isn't it? Let's take a magnifying glass and look at the blossoms. We see perfection because God made them. Here is an artificial man-made flower. When we look at it with a magnifying glass, we see flaws and imperfection. Man can't make artificial flowers grow. Only God has the power to make flowers grow. On the fourth day, God made the sun and moon and stars. God's power is spectacular. Now the world was ready for God's creation, animals and people. Here you will have a chance to see God's creation up close. You wouldn't want to see these animals up close if they were still alive. As you look at other animals in here, notice what a good job God did of designing them. These kind of bears live in the Neah Bay forests. Here is a cougar. This is a bobcat. This is a river otter. How about this duck? God made it so it could swim and fly just exactly the way it needed to be made. Even we can't fly without an airplane. God made all the animals in the whole world. Everything that God made was very good. That took a lot of power, didn't it? Here we are at Windy Acres Farm. This is a bunny barn. Would you like to go inside? Hi, Nikki. Is that your bunny? bunny?
God.
God did, that's right. Let's visit the goats. They are so cute and fun. How thankful we can be for the gift of life that only God can give. God did such an amazing job of creation. We can look forward to learning more about God's creation next Sunday.